In Australia, there is a significant gap between socioeconomic status in different regions and states. Quality of life, including quality of education, is encompassed in socioeconomic status, and so is opportunities and privileges. For low SES students, there is a disadvantage with access to resources due to their financial situations. As a result, low SES students face a variety of more issues at home and at school, more so than those from a stable financial background. For example, for low achieving students, the impact of moving from a low academic quality to a high quality school more than doubles the chances of a low SES student completing Year 12. However, the issue is that whilst there are benefits for low SES students attending a higher academic institution, there are the financial complications and implications that often prevent students from low SES backgrounds from attending these schools. Like Marx, Baudrillard sympathizes with the idea that educational resources are dependent and are the outcome of economic command based on the agency of capitalist societies. According to him, social capital is the sum of the resources, actual or virtual, that accrue to an individual or group by virtue of possessing a durable network. Thus, achievement of such capital requires constant work and networking through families and wider societies. Education itself is a collective and independent economic good. Social interactions occur in education through peers, families, and teachers, and the community, which form social networks, and human capital is acquired by individuals, thus benefiting the collective even more so. Moreover, social capital is linked to economic capital, where wealth is either inherited or generated from interactions between the individual and society. Thus, it can be hard for low SES individuals and groups to achieve social capital, as the poverty cycle is vicious and hard to get out of in order to network and thus acquire resources.
The activity provided requires students to match a set of statistics to the Sydney suburb in which they believe best suits. The statistics on each flashcard represent in order the median equivalized total household income, the percentage of population to complete Year 12 or equivalent, percentage of persons who have need for assistance, as well as the unemployment rate as provided by the 2016 census. The baseline for students to work on is the Australian standard for the relative statistics, and as students progress through the activity, we hope they begin to identify a trend of correlation and causality between income and the other three statistics for particular regions, as these best highlight the objective experience of people living in low SES communities. As the game concludes, the correct results will be read aloud, allowing for students to visualise the average and objective experience for each suburb. The activity is not so much about winning, but more about creating awareness for the difficulties that certain regions experience, such as financial burden, the ability to complete higher education, the need to care for family members, as well as job opportunities.
This resource is designed keeping the Stage 4-5 geography curriculum area in mind. Through the game, students would learn about different regions of Sydney and its relative socioeconomic state. Therefore, if implemented properly, the resource and content learning strategies built upon it can satisfy the objectives and the most of the outcomes identified in the Stage 4-5 geography syllabus. It can promote concepts, knowledge, skills, and competencies essential for deep understanding and thorough learning in the specific KLA. Furthermore, it can be modified and easily implemented in KLA such as commerce or business studies, society and culture, and political science. The benefits of this game includes raising awareness among students on the issue of socioeconomic status. It would also help to diminish stereotypes surrounding postcode discrimination and socioeconomic status. It would help in informing and training teachers on the issue of social disadvantages faced by low SES students and help them implement strategies to close the gap. The interactivity of the game would allow students to engage and critically think about the issue. The information learned through the game would encourage students to be more inquisitive and facilitate different phases of inquiry-based learning in different curriculum areas. Of this resource are information portrait can be shocking to some students and also could make students feel uncomfortable for living in areas that are marked as low SES. While the statistics are objective, the personal experiences of individuals tend to be subjective. Experiences of individuals who live in districts mentioned may not be able to relate to what is being presented and may feel like the statistics represent a false or biased narrative. It may promote stereotyping if For proper implementation and further improvement of this game, we could ensure and establish that the intention is to not promote stereotypes, but instead present statistics and information in order to have coherent discussions and understanding of socioeconomic status and how it can affect different individuals.